Welcome back to another video. In this video, we'll be ranking how happy the Premier League fans are for each team. It will be a tier list. There's 7 tiers, Cloud 9, happy as you can be, very happy, you're happy. Please, there's improvements to come, but overall I'm happy, content, both ways. I'm not totally sad, not totally happy, just there. Concerned, we're in danger here, maybe falling not as where we should be. Closed eyes where you're like, this is going very, very wrong. And then behind the sofa, I can't watch anymore. This is going very badly. We'll start with Nottingham Forest is the first one here. Nottingham Forest, they 2 months ago it'd probably been very happy, but recently they've been very, very bad, and they're in danger of relegation. They weren't in danger of relegation, but maybe a couple of months ago they had like a 6-7 point gap on the relegation, and now it's only a couple of points gap. So I'll put them. But the fact is that they're in the Premier League, the fact that they signed all these players, they got Keylor Navas, they got Felipe, they got Renan Lodi, they got Brennan Johnson coming through, got Morgan Gibbs-White. I would still think they're on the upper side. They're not a big team looking to go down. They've spent so long in the Championship. I think just being in the Premier League makes them very happy, even though the situation in the league isn't what it could have been. West Ham United, it's behind the sofa at this point, isn't it? It's behind the sofa. They're in the relegation zone. I think everybody predicted them to come 7th this season. I did. Signings of Paqueta, Scamacca, Thibaut Kehrer, Agard. You thought that takes them to the next level. But what's happened again with David Moyes, when he needs his team to go to that extra level from European contention into that next level, they usually go down a level, and that's what's happened again here. They haven't been able to integrate the players well. The players they've relied on have been very, very poor. It's just a very bad situation at West Ham right now, and their fans aren't happy about it. But it's still the Conference League. They're favourites to win that, so that could be the shining light at the end of the season. But they are in a relegation zone, in a relegation battle, not where they expected the season after 2 straight finishes in Europe. Bournemouth, I think their fans are pleased. Well, pleased that, they've been quite good last few months. The bad last game against Brentford. I think it was Brentford, probably not, but they had a very good win against Liverpool. They had decent performances before that, just didn't get results. They've had a very tough schedule recently, but I think they've been playing decent football recently. That first run under Gary Neal was good. Scott Parker, the 9-0 loss wasn't good, but the defeat to Villa, that was a very bad performance. But they've been better recently. Their new signings, Traore, Utara has been very good. They've been working well. Billing's taken a level up this season. They've still got that Ukrainian centre-back Zebrani to integrate in. He's supposed to be a very good talent, so there's things to look forward to. Not as good as what it could be. Maybe a new manager is probably needed. But they're not... A lot of people, myself included, thought bottom Premier League, so far bottom, they have not got the players to compete. But they're competing. They're in there around the likes of West Ham, who are supposed to be in European contention. They're not, certain to go down, which a lot of people thought they were. Aston Villa, very happy. They're 11th in the league, not in danger of relegation, which they could have been under Steven Gerrard, but Unai Emery's come in. Their attack is been very, very good. He's improved the players that are there. I think they're very happy. They have a chance, if they have a very tough rest of the season. Their schedules, I think all but 2 of the games are against teams above them. But if they win a couple games, Europe might be on the cards. Probably not. The Conference League might just be in sight if they get a good run of games together. But they're not in danger of relegation. They're in mid-table. It sets them up perfectly for next season. I think they're in a good place. They've got the likes of Kamara, Watkins, who can go up another level. Jacob Ramsey as well, young players that can improve it again. Brentford, Cloud 9, very, very good, aren't they? They are what you want your team to be. Well run, play good football, their players work hard, the manager works hard, the manager's very good, and the club's just very well run, and it just shows how a well run club can do what they can do. Where are they? I think they're 8th in the Premier League, 9th in the Premier League. It's what you want from a club. They were just got promoted last season. They had a very good first season. Maybe people thought maybe losing Ericsson, which was so key to that run at the end of last season, that might hurt them this season. But they're just taking another level. All their players are improving. They work so well together. It's just such a well-run club, and they're just flying at the moment in European contention. They had a 11-12 game unbeaten run in the Premier League. Who would have thought that would have ever happened? Their fans are very, very happy right now. Cloud9. Crystal Palace. Concerned. I think maybe 2 months ago I'd probably been just content or pleased, but the 12 games without a win, sacking Patrick Vieira, replacing him with Roy Hodgson, 2 points off the relegation zone. I think it's concerned. Yeah. I mean, I'd like to see my other video on the Crystal Palace sacking Patrick Vieira. I didn't agree with it at all. I think the run of games where they've had no wins, they're against, I think all of them were against teams above them, all but one at least, against teams above them. So you're not expected to win those games. They have the next 6 games are against teams below them. So this stretch is very important for their season, and they're probably concerned that the run that they're being on might influence these games now. The appointment of Roy Hodgson, he's 75? Come on. Mental. Yeah, their fans are probably concerned. Chelsea? Concerned or closed? I think closed eyes at certain points, because they had a decent run of games. Beating Leicester, beating Borussia Dortmund, beating Leeds. Decent run of games. They weren't great performances against Borussia Dortmund. Was good performances, but against Leeds, against Leicester, they could have easily lost them games. And against Everton, it was a decent performance for about 50 minutes, and then very tailed off towards the end. Giving the lead back late on. It's bad for them. It's bad position. They're 10th in the league, 11 points of Aston Villa, and 11th. European football looks out of the contention. I don't think they're happy with the commitment the owners had. I don't think they're happy with the way he's gone about it, and the way he's done the transfers. Yeah, there might be some good players in there. They're not very happy with the Potter's management of players. It's just not a great situation at Chelsea right now, and I don't think it's going to improve this season. Everton, 2 months ago, behind the sofa. I think I would say between content and concerned, I think they're content right now. I think they know where they are. They obviously want to be high. Obviously, they're not very happy with Mashiri, Ken Wright. They're obviously not happy with the overall picture of Everton, but where they are this season, the improvement under Dyche, how good they've been, especially in attack under Dyche. He's taking them out of the relegation zone. He's getting them good results, and the results quickly. Their improvement has been quickly done. It hasn't taken 5-6 games of losses and draws to get it done. They won their first game against Arsenal. They've got a good result against Leeds. They're winning their home games. I think beating Brentford at home was a big result. Drawing away at Stamford Bridge, obviously. I think results-wise, very good. Overall club picture, I think, is not good, but on this season, I think they're content. I think they think they can probably survive with the way they're playing compared to the other teams at the bottom. Liverpool, is it closed eyes as well? Closed eyes, yeah. They have nothing. They're still in the race for top 4. Obviously, they're a couple of points out. They're probably still in their hands. They've got the players to do it, but the consistency this season has been dreadful. Away from home, they've been dreadful. It's been a complete opposite of what happened last season. And, watching that midfield this season getting torn apart game after game, watching their defence being run at multiple times a game, 1v1s on the counter. It's closed eyes territory when the other team gets the ball for them. And it might be concerned. It's in between concern and closed eyes because they trust in Klopp at least. They all trust in Klopp. You got to trust Klopp what he's delivered for that club, but they have been so bad this season, and they could drop even worse because they might feel like they have nothing to play for, which could work in their advantage, but also could work against them, and they could potentially not get Champions League or even Europa League football this season. So compared to what it's been like for the last few seasons, close eyes. Manchester City, very happy. Like they might not win the league, but come on, they've won the last 2 Premier Leagues. If you're not happy, then what are you on? Like, you've won 2 Premier Leagues. You got Erling Haaland. Like, what's there not to be very happy about? If they're winning the league, cloud 9, but they're not winning the league, so I probably can't put them cloud 9. So, but they're very happy. If you're not very happy this season, what are you there for? Manchester United, very happy. As a Man United fan, I'm very happy. I'm not cloud 9. Obviously cloud 9 would be win the league. We won the Carabao Cup, obviously. If we would win the league, if we're challenging for the league title, I'll be cloud 9. But we haven't got the squad to do that this season. We've had too many games. We haven't had enough time to develop our team. It is what it is this season. It's supposed to be a development year anyway. We're supposed to be like top 4. That's all our aim is, and we got a trophy as well. Top 4 seems to be almost sealed this season, comfortably. Nobody expected that. So I think very happy. Team's developing well. Manager, everyone loves the manager. Very happy time. Fulham, cloud 9. Yeah. They've been up and down for the last few years, and this season they're 9th in the league. They could potentially get European football. I know they lost last few games. The last match against Man United in the FA Cup, having Mitrovic banned, having Silva banned, having Willian banned, might leave them in 11th place or something. But that's still a massive improvement after what they've been a yo-yo club for the last few years. They're competing with the best teams. They're playing some great football. There's nothing not to be happy about with Fulham. He made some great signings. Palhinha in the middle. I don't know why European clubs didn't pick him up, but he's really, really good in that midfield. Exciting to watch. Excited team to watch. For a team that were in the Championship last season and they're in the top 10 in Premier League this season, got to be cloud 9. Southampton, under Nathan Jones behind the sofa, under Ruben Sayers, they've improved, so it's just concerned. Obviously, everyone thought Southampton probably might go down this season. They seem to run their course. Their players aren't really improving. They've got some good young players now. They've invested in young players, so if they do go down, they probably can get up. Lavia looks like a well-beaten midfield. But they're getting results recently. Their comeback against Spurs was good. Got a draw at Old Trafford. Beat Chelsea. Beat Leicester. They're getting some good results under Sayers, so you're always going to be concerned about relegation, but it's not what it was under Nathan Jones, where you just go, this is bad, really bad. So they've definitely improved, and I think they're concerned. They're not happy, obviously. Happy would be, in the top 10 in Premier League, but you're never going to be happy in a relegation battle unless you're Nottingham Forest, who just came up and spent so long in the Championship. Brighton, cloud 9. They're such a well-run club. They're doing bits in the FA Cup semi-final. They're pushing maybe for Champions League. De Zerbi's got them playing some of the best attacking football in the league. They're just so entertaining to watch. They've got so many young players coming through. Ferguson's, emerged this season. They've got Caicedo, McAllister, one of the best midfielders in the league. It's just such a great club and such a well-run club, and their fans are on cloud 9. They improved last season after a couple of seasons near the relegation zone under Potter. They improved last season. They were steady last season. They showed signs of doing stuff. They still had runs of like 11 games without a win. and then improved again under Potter this season. But when he went, you go, is this going to work anymore? De Zerbi's come in and improved them, and they might be getting Champions League football. Brighton fans are on cloud 9. Arsenal, cloud 9. You're running. You were expecting top 4 this season. You're going for the Premier League title, and your favourites to win the Premier League title. So, and you're doing it playing very good football. You deserve to be there. You are such a young team that are likeable. Nothing better. Leeds, concerned. Relegation battle for a second year in a row. They sacked their manager this season. They're getting decent results. They're not bad, not great, but you're going to be concerned about relegation, especially with Leeds. You haven't got the pedigree players maybe Everton have and the pedigree manager that Everton have, but you still got some bright spots. Nonto, Somerville, you got some good players, McKennie, Adams, but you're still going to be concerned about relegation now. Leicester behind the sofa. They've been so bad. This is so bad. They're in the 11 points of the relegation zone. Conceding so many goals, so reliant on James Maddison. The rest of the squad's not improved and declined. Rodgers doesn't seem to be working. The board don't seem to be doing anything about it. Next couple of games, so vital. They could be going down, and they might be going down because that's how bad they are this season. A couple of seasons 5 of the Champions League, they've recruited so badly, or at least the players they recruited haven't been able to develop by manager. Look at my video on Leicester, just shows how much money they've wasted on transfers. I always thought it was a myth that they were so good at transfers, but they are so bad at transfers, or at least so bad at developing their transfers. But yeah, behind the sofa, they might be going down, and I think they might. Newcastle, cloud 9. There's a lot of happy teams in the Premier League right now. I think, yeah, they're very happy. They've got new owners that want to invest in the club. The team, there've been so many years of relegation battles and even going down to the Championship a couple of times. To have a team that's likeable, that's taken to a Carabao Cup final, that's fighting for top 4. There's such a massive improvement what they've been the last few years, and they're playing good football as well, playing front foot football. It's where you want to be as a club, and they must be on cloud 9 compared to what they've been for the last few years. Spurs, closed eyes. Might be behind the sofa the last 10 minutes of games, but it's a tough one, Spurs, because they're 4th in the league, 5th in the league. Like, they're not behind the sofa because they can still get top 4. But with what Conte's saying, with how their position is with Daniel Levy, with Patrici, their transfers, with their players, with Kane potentially leaving, it's not a great situation to be in. You can see them dropping further down the table next season. You can see them dropping down the table this season, but they've still got 10 games to go. They can easily get top 4 and get Champions League football again, and just do a rebuild in the summer. So it's not that bad of a situation to be behind the sofa. You're still in a ton of Champions League, so it's a bad situation for Tottenham fans in what they want, but still not a bad situation to be behind the sofa. Wolves. Wolves is a hard one, isn't it? Because for a couple of weeks you think they're very good, and then for a couple of weeks you go, well, they're bad. Losing 4-2 to Leeds, I think they're concerned, obviously. Relegation battle along with Leeds and other teams, obviously, but I think they probably they will get out of it. They've got amazing players compared to other teams. They can't score a goal to save their lives, especially their strikers. They've got a great manager in Lopetegui. But they'll obviously be concerned, being in a relegation battle. They haven't been there before. In the Premier League, since coming back to Premier League, they've always been fighting for Europe and mid-table, and being in a relegation battle, not what they're used to. So they're obviously going to be concerned. But I think they'll be fine. That's why they're not closed eyes behind us over, but they're out of the relegation zone. They've got a couple of points gap. It's not a big gap, but I think they'll be fine. They got players like Ruben Neves, Moutinho, Mateus Nunes. They got players to get out of it, but they're there. You got to be concerned when you're there. But yeah, looking at it now, I think it's fine. I think it seems to be for one way or the other. I think teams are either very happy or very bad right now. It's only Everton fans that kind of maybe content. They're probably concerned a little bit, but they're also pleased a little bit with Dyche, so that's why they're in content. But let me know your thoughts in the comments where they should be, if that you'll make any changes. And yeah, thanks for watching. See you next time. Like and subscribe.